Hertzman, who's going to be doing he razzles and dazzles everybody. So again, this is Noah Hertzman with Sleight and Fate. Give it up for Noah.
Good evening. I'm very appreciative that I got such a warm welcome before I even came out on stage. That was very nice of all of you. I'm actually going to demonstrate something a little out of the ordinary tonight. Last year I did something that a lot of people, I think even one of the judges said he had already seen before, so I decided to try to find something that no one had ever seen. And I think I might have found just the right trick. See, right now is April, and AP test season is kicking up into high gear. Everyone's starting to get their practice in. And I discovered something as I was practicing. It's really not about all of the analytical thinking or anything the College Board would have you think. It's just about memorization and memorizing a lot of stuff. So, what I'm about to do tonight is a completely memorization trick. Now, what I'm about to demonstrate is something that you might be able to put to the test in order to help you achieve a 5 on your AP tests. For this, I'm actually going to need 3 volunteers from the audience and a table, and actually I see 3 volunteers and a table right here. So, I'm sorry. You know what, just in case. Okay, yeah, that is something I get a lot. So, if any of you, I don't know, if one of the 3 of you doesn't want to be my volunteer, okay, so you can, just so, we didn't have anything prearranged, how about you pick someone from the audience instead of me?
Come on, Allie.
All right, hi, Allie.
Hi.
Hello, I'm back. So, what I'm about to demonstrate, I'm going to have each of you shuffle your own packet of playing cards. Have a shuffle deck of 52 cards right here. You see they're in no particular order. And I'm going to hand out some cards to each of you. And I'd like you to shuffle them around, mix them around, do whatever you want with them. You can give them a classic shuffle if you want, just the way that anyone might when doing cards. If you're not very good at that, you can always do an overhand shuffle. Some people find that a little easier. You could do a fancy shuffle if you really want to. And that's not so bad. And even drop one on the floor, and that could make them even more mixed up. But whenever you feel that they're sufficiently shuffled, you're all good? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'd like you to each practice something. You're going to hold your cards out just like this and put your first finger on the edge. So you're going to riffle, you're going to use 2 hands, right? And you're going to use your second hand to riffle down just like this. Excellent, very good. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a riffle shuffle together. That way, as much sleight of hand as I might be able to do with 2 hands, I'll be handicapped, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it as clean as possible. But first, what we're going to do is you're going to turn over either your packet of playing cards or mine. Which one would you like to turn over? Yours, okay. So you'll turn them over, and we're going to shuffle them so that yours are face up and mine are face down. Excellent. Right? And now you can see, I won't look at them, but you can see, even the camera, that they are all face up and face down. Right? Now, would you like to turn over my cards or your cards?
Yours.
Mine, okay. So, you can riffle together and shuffle just like that. Excellent. Now, Ellie, you look like you were really good at shuffling. If you want, you can use both your hands. You can just shuffle them together on your own. Or do you want to just do it with me?
I'll do it.
Okay, so first of all, round of applause for her. That's pretty great. But Would you like to turn over my cards or your cards?
Your cards.
Okay, so we'll turn mine over, and here, you can shuffle them together.
Just shuffle cards.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Now, what I'm about to do here is the entirety of the trick. I'm going to go through, I'm going to riffle through with a fantastic looking flourish. And I'm going to try to discern 3-4 things about this deck. Watch closely. Thanks. Now, what I have just done is I've discovered 4 things about this deck, and I'm gonna tell you, each of you, 3 numbers. I'm gonna keep one thing to myself, but you're not gonna know what they mean just yet. But let's think. I think 10, 6, 3. Okay, you can write them down if you want, just to make sure. And now, what I think I have is, first of all, right, most of these cards right here are face down, right? But I want you, here, I'll flip them over so I can't see the minority of them, but what I want you to do is separate the deck into 2 piles, one of face-up cards and one of face-down cards, right? You can just deal them out into the table, deal the face-down cards into one pile and the face-up cards into another. And I think, I can start counting, that we have 1 face-down card so far. We have 2, and I think once you're done dealing through these, we should probably have 10 face-down cards. That's the first number. But this process takes a while. In the meantime, I'm going to use some holding music. Let's see. I'm just kidding. There's actually a Rick Astley concert going on right now in somewhere else in Pittsburgh. I didn't want any of you to miss out. So, and believe me, I will never let you down. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Okay, so we're almost there. Let's see, we have just a few. Go through the rest. I don't think there are any more face-down cards in there, are there? Okay, excellent. So what we should have here in this pile are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, exactly 10 face-down cards. Now, thank you. Now the first number. I'd like you to go through, and from this point on, I don't want to see any of these cards, so I guess the video screen won't be able to see them either, but I want you to look to yourself, and Ellie, you can look at this too, and Brian. I want you all to see the second number, 6. I think there should be 6 red cards in among those 10 cards. Six red cards, excellent. And one more thing, I think I didn't look too closely at the red cards. I was focusing a little more on the black ones while I was, doing the whole card spraying. But I think there are probably the equal number of hearts and diamonds. It's like 3 hearts and 3 diamonds in there, probably. In the red? Yeah, in the reds. Is that correct? Yes, 3 hearts, 3 diamonds. There we go. Now, the last 4 cards. Now, I didn't say 4, I said 3. That's because I think there are 3 clubs. Let's go leave 1 spade, but we'll leave that for last. But first of all, the 3 clubs. I'd like you to hand me, see if I can get them right, the 3 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the ace of clubs. There we go. Pretty good, right? Now, that leaves 1 last card, and just right off the bat, pretty sure I saw the King of Spades, right? There we go. Thank you. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking at this point, how the heck did he do that? And I would think the same probably, but here's the thing. would it really be possible to memorize all of that information just by springing through the deck like that? I mean, that'd be crazy. You know what would be slightly less crazy is if I did sleight of hand. But then again, it was out of my hands the whole time. They shuffled, I shuffled, she shuffled the cards on her own. But there's one more possible way that I could have done this. I'm going to say, the whole time, was it just fate? And I'm going to ask a question. Do you believe in fate? Thank you.
Noah, that was so much fun. I've never been a part of a magic trick before, so thank you for including us.
I hope it was a good first time.
It absolutely was a good first time. I would like to do it again. I thought that was great. I'm still dumbfounded as to how you did it, but awesome. That was very entertaining and very fun to watch.
How many years have you been doing this? I know.
Like magic in general?
Just magic.
4 years, I think.
You're so comfortable doing this. It really shows like your dedication and.
Thank you.
I love it.
Noah Hertzman, ladies and gentlemen.